Alright guys, Supreme Kami here, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Sagu Char's Aznable Custom. So as for this one, there's only 4 parts, so that's why I am reviewing this one. And this one is something that I have, previously farmed up when it was available for exchange under the Arena Exchange shop. So I'm really like, why not do this one first? So let's take a look at the overall unit. Oh, wait. Before I forget, once again, there's also an AI pilot for Chars as well you can exchange. Let me talk about him first. Let's see. As far as Chars here, so this one's gonna be the military uniform version of it. So definitely look very nice in that outfit right there. So style of this one is actually not that bad. We're talking about some of the more, I guess, modernized kind of AI pilot. So these are not some of your regular janky doors or pilot that have some pretty bad stats. This one is actually pretty good. As far as the portrait, so once you get one enemy down, that's when the EXQ CD reduce 15% kicks in. So prior to that, if you don't kill anybody, that's not gonna activate. So this one is pretty simple to activate. So if you guys do need some good initial charge, excuse me, if you guys do need some CD reduce part, this one can definitely supplement your need. As far as the Vortex, Xeon, and then high mobility. So high mobility, you can definitely get something out of that. But Zac, or as far as Xeon, it depends. It definitely depends what kind of build you guys are looking at. But Xeon is definitely not a everyday tags people be using. So that's that. But yeah, let's take a look at the Zagu first. So this is what we are looking at. So as far as the sprite in game, as far as like the model, how they render in game, it looks HD. Like, I don't know. If you compare to some of the other one, for some reason they look pixelated, but this one was cool. I would not even complain whatsoever about any of the details in this one. This one just looks on point. I don't know why. I don't know why they couldn't do it for any of the other units. But like I said again, I do have this one at level 99 already. I just didn't put any more into this one because I didn't feel like I was using it. Simply, I had it all the way up to level 99. Was simply, I think it was for the 3-on-3 arenas operator base. Just trying to get a little bit more points in there, so I happened to max it up. But let's take a look at this overall unit. So there's 2 EXQs, so I'll definitely be using those 2 in like a good cooldown reduction I built in this week's crew motivation. So let's talk about the torso part first. And obviously with the torso, this one is a head plus the torso, so that's why you're seeing that ridiculous stat right there. This one's gonna be a what EXQ, a 240mm 6-barrel rocket launcher. So this one is a DPS B plus power. It tracks, right? Fires a tracking rocket cannon. I hope that tracks, because if we test it out and it does not track, we got some problem here. Then hopefully it does. It says it does, so that should be good. As far as the Vortex, we have Amphibious and then Xeon. So definitely not your average day-to-day Vortex there, but hey, we'll definitely deal with that. Arms. Let's see what the arm has for us here. So it's poor. The stat is definitely not anything too impressive. You can argue that the melee stat is decent-ish enough, and the melee defense is like, yeah, kind of there. Oh, you do have close combat, so that's good. So you can seemingly kind of force something out if you want. You can definitely sub-slot something that has, if your sub-slot has close combat, and then you should be in good business. Do make sure your sub-slot or this one in the sub-slot, just make sure either or has a portrait, so you can kind of work around that. As far as the army EXQ, we have the Iron Nail. This one's gonna be a DPS A- power, but the janky part of it is this one has a 33 seconds cooldown, 4% or 4 seconds for the first time usage. And we also do have some debuffing, or just lower your enemy's gunpla, physical resistance. I'm like, what? I'm like, whoa. But yeah, I was like, what am I reading with it? But yeah. So this one, I guess it does have some value to it, maybe. What was I trying to look for? I'm trying to look at it base level 1. 45, like, are you kidding me? 45 seconds? Yeah, this one is a problem. So better max it out. Still looking fairly high for the cooldown, but if you are running it in the cooldown reduction build, that should not be a problem. So all right, so the leg parts. Okay. It's not bad. 3k per your melee attacks and melee defense, so I'll definitely take that. It's not too shabby. You do have close combat, so you can definitely make something out of that useful. And what do we have here? So let's see. This okay. This one is actually quite good. So in Fighter Job Lessons, you do have an EXQ power boosted by 35 or 25%, and then you also do have when you have close combat active, debuff EXQ effects up by 22%. So for anyone out there that is trying to make a build that you completely, remove or neuter what kind of, let's say, attack your enemy is doing, you gotta use these right here. So this one is the opposite of the buff EXQ effects. If you have a multitude percentage added up together through different slots portrait, you can innately completely make your opponent do 0 damage. It works. This is actually quite a fun build. If you were using it in situation, I guess friend battle, I don't know. If you are using it in friend battle or any types of mean, this is really fun. You just be like, if you're talking about, I don't know, friend battle, you can definitely make your opponent do 0 damage. And then if you're talking about, I don't know how effective this one could be in, let's say, in the legs. No, this one would be very effective in those multi-mission bosses. I'll see if I can make something work. I'll try to give you guys a good demonstration. Maybe next week when we have Hashmal. I think this one right there will allow. So Hashmal is probably the hardest hitting multi-mission boss we have, and if you pop, if I have a few of these right here and then pop those debuffing portrait or those EXQ, no one's taking damage. It's actually quite fun. So I'll actually make a video on that probably next week, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But moving over to the back part now, so it's kind of same situation. You do have some pretty good melee attacks and melee defense, so I'll definitely take that. Let's have close combat once again, and then amphibious. As for the actual portrait, so this one is actually pretty nutty. So this one, if you add both of them together, you are getting a whopping 40% up as far as enemy cooldown timer right there. So this one literally racks whatever your opponent has as far as their 100% cooldown with their type build. So if you pop this one over here, your opponent not gonna do anything. So this is fairly demoralizing if you're talking about going back to arena, because that is what I feel like is gonna be the most effective if you want to use this one. Or as someone had pointed out, you can use this one in, let's say, the gorgeous challenge. I think if you have this one, you can actually make them not activate the EXO as often, because this one is pretty much canceling whatever like their EXQ is on. So it's good. This one's definitely really fun. You want to put it like that. You do have 2 strict conditions. It does have to be an S attribute, and then it does have to be under a module category melee weapon as for the equipment itself, or if you want to equip it onto your skin, definitely do have a module parts on there. But yeah, overall I think this is definitely a fairly solid alteration, especially the back part and then the legs, definitely really solid. I think Chars would definitely approve this one. I think he's definitely going to be a big advocate of this overall alteration. But up next, let's hop into a quick testing for this EX skill, because I have not actually used it myself. So we shall see what kind of goodies they will provide to us. Alright, so we are in. So this one is a 4-4 map. I'll definitely take that. So this. Alright, so this is. Hold up, guys. What are you guys? Okay. They're just smacking me. Like, what's going on? As I was saying, I think this map definitely is not bad, I guess. But what I meant to say, especially this EXQ, this one is very reminiscent of, let's say, the lightning ball from the Stray Gundam or the Stray Frame. Kind of the same thing. Oh, it does kind of curve back. So you guys can see that it fired away and then it curves back because it didn't really connect, because the enemy was kind of still in that transparent phase. So it's not okay. It's actually quite powerful. Just blowing your enemy with that what is it, the torso EXQ is fun. I gotta say. I think I'm gonna get smacked up right here. Oh yeah, got smacked up. But I think from this testing alone, you guys can see how powerful the torso EXQ is, like you are able, like I saw like a group, like a spread of enemy like from left to right, and I got all of them. So I think honestly that's that's too powerful. So do let me know, how do you feel about these two EXQ here? I'll definitely say the army EXQ is just probably a dumbed down version of the lightning ball that you can find in the straight red frame. So probably nothing special on that one, honestly. Besides the fact that it does debuff, so that's cool. But other than that, I think that should be pretty much it. I'm just gonna quickly test it out. It's definitely fun. Even within that less than a minute of using it, I can see great potential from that torso EX skill. So that's definitely really cool. So do let me know how you guys feel about the Zagu Shar's Aznable version, and then I'll be catching you all on the next one.